Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Hockley. I'm here to talk to you about Newton's third law of motion, which is the law of action-reaction. So basically it states that for every action force, there's an equal in size and opposite in direction reaction force. Forces always come in pairs, known as action-reaction force pairs. Identifying and describing action-reaction force pairs is a simple matter of identifying the two interacting objects and then making two statements describing who is pushing on whom and in what direction. So for example, let's consider the picture that's down here of the baseball bat and the baseball, and you can see the arrows represent the forces. So the baseball forces the bat to the left, and then the bat forces the ball to the right. So together, these two forces exerted upon two different objects form the action-reaction force pair. All right, let's go ahead and look at some other examples of the law of action-reaction. Rockets leaving Earth are a really good example of this law. So the force of the gases pushing against the Earth is equal to and opposite of the upward force. So basically, the action is the forces of gases against the Earth, and the reaction is the force of Earth against the gases. Another great example would be when people fire guns. So the recoil of a bullet being fired from a gun is a perfect example because the action force is the gun pushing the bullet away from the gun, and the reaction force is the bullet pushing back against the gun, or the recoil. Some other examples would be two cars that hit head-on to each other, or even jumping out of a boat onto a dock, like we can see in this picture, right, with the arrows representing the forces. Another great example, especially for all of you students that are in track, would be the starting block, right? So the track runner pushes against the starting block, and the block pushes against the athlete, okay? Let's look at some more examples. All right, so here again is the baseball bat, the rocket, right? Tug of war with your dog. All of these are great examples of Newton's third law. Now we want you to practice a little bit on identifying some action-reaction forces. So in this diagram, I want you to go ahead and identify at least 6 pairs of action-reaction force pairs in the picture below. Okay, so the elephant and the tractor and so forth. So I'm going to give you a few seconds here to think about that, and then we'll come back on. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to come up with some action-reaction force pairs from that diagram. So let me give you some of the things that I found there. So the elephant's feet push backward on the ground, and then the ground pushes forward on the elephant's feet. Also, the right end of the rope pulls leftward on the elephant's body, like it's pulling the elephant, right? Its body pulls rightward on the right end of the rope. The left end of the rope pulls rightward on the man, and then the man pulls leftward on the right end of the rope. Also, the right end of the left rope pulls leftward on the man, and the man pulls rightward on the right end of the left rope. Not only that, but the tractor pulls leftward on the left end of the rope, and the left end of the left rope pulls rightward on the tractor. So as you can see, there's quite a few things that we can find here in this situation. And there are many examples that you can find in everyday life. Okay, so the main thing is just to remember that for every action force, there's an equal and opposite reaction force. Talk to you soon.